Jonathan Hugh Gascoyne-Cecil, the 22nd of February 1939 to 22 September 2011, more commonly known as Jonathan Cecil, was an English theatre, film and television actor. Early life. Cecil was born in London, England, the son of Lord David Cecil and the grandson of the 4th Marquess of Salisbury. His other grandfather was the literary critic Sir Desmond MacCarthy. He was the great-grandson of former Conservative Prime Minister, the 3rd Marquess of Salisbury. Brought up at Oxford, where his father was Goldsmith Professor of English. He was educated at Eton, where he played small parts in school plays, and at New College, Oxford, where he read modern languages, specializing in French, and continued with amateur dramatics. At Oxford, his friends included Dudley Moore and Alan Bennett. In a production of Ben Jonson's Bartholomew Fair, he played a lunatic called Troubadour and a woman who sells pigs. Of his early acting at Oxford, Cecil said, "I was still stiff and awkward, but this was rather effective for comedy parts, playing sort of comic servants in plays, and in the cabaret nights we had." After Oxford, he spent 2 years training for an acting career at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, where he was taught by, among others, Michael McCowan and Vivian Matalon, and where his contemporaries included Ian McKellen and Derek Jacobi. Career. Cecil's first television appearance was in playing a leading role opposite Vanessa Redgrave in Maggie, an episode of the BBC television series First Night, transmitted in February 1964, which he later called A Baptism by Fire because I was being seen by half the nation. After that he spent 18 months in repertory at Salisbury, of which he later commented, "You learnt how to make an entrance and make an exit." His parts at Salisbury included the Dauphin in St. Joan, Disraeli in Portrait of a Queen, Trinculo in The Tempest, and All the Shakespeare. His first West End part came in May 1965 in Julian Mitchell's dramatisation of A Heritage and its history at the Phoenix, in which he got good notices. And his next was in a Beaumont production of Peter Ustinov's Halfway Up the Tree, directed by Sir John Gielgud. In film and television, Cecil almost always played upper-class English characters. His screen work included the roles of Cummings in The Diary of a Nobody, 1964, Captain Cadbury in the Dad's Army episode Things That Go Bump in the Night, 1973, Bertie Wooster in Thank You, P.G. Wodehouse, 1981, Rickerton in Federico Fellini's And the Ship Sails On, 1983, and Captain Hastings, to Peter Ustinov's Hercule Poirot, in 13 at Dinner, 1985, Dead Man's Folly and Murder in 3 Acts, both 1986. He has been called one of the finest upper-class twits of his era. In 2009 he appeared in an episode of Midsummer Murders. He also worked in radio, where his credits included The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy and The Brighteonomicon. He also appeared in The Next Program Follows almost immediately, playing characters with very bad foreign accents. Additionally, he stood in for Derek Nimmo in the role of the bishop's chaplain, the Reverend Mervyn Newt, in the second series of the radio episodes of the ecclesiastical sitcom All Gas and Gaiters, which ran for 20 episodes. He narrated audiobooks of many of P.G. Wodehouse's books, performing voice characterizations for each character, and becoming possibly the most known narrator to ever perform the series. Cecil wrote occasionally for The Spectator and The Times Literary Supplement. In one piece he noted, "Handsome young male actors of the older school have tended, in my experience, to be somewhat vapid and vain. I write this in no spirit of envy. Comic and character actors, like proverbial blondes, usually have more fun." He also admitted that, "Most of my experience has been in comedy. That's the way life has taken me. If I have any regrets, it's that I didn't depart with more depth. Death. Cecil died from pneumonia on the 22nd of September 2011 at Charing Cross Hospital in London, age 72. He had suffered from emphysema. Filmography. Jonathan Cecil on Internet Movie Database. Jonathan Cecil. In the Dressing Room with Noel Coward from Times Literary Supplement of 6 February 2008. Text online. Jonathan Cecil. Very much his own man. From The Spectator of 18 September 2004. Text online.